This is Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast. Did you guys see this? This is unbelievable. What is that all about, Kinger?
Get in here for the real thing. Like, let's get weird.
Maybe I blacked out trying to figure out what was going on.
Doubt, worry, fear, because that's what we're breaking the mold on here.
Welcome to Wild on 7th, presented by Pilot Games. We're here until it's here.
We should be pissed off when we play the game, when we put our skates out and understand what's at stake here. We're losing points by the freaking second, and it's frustrating. And honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's frustrating. Yeah, we just need more pride. Honestly, it comes down to pride and just wanting it, and it's frustrating here. 7 in a row. That's fucking unacceptable. Especially with the group of guys in here, it's not good enough, and we should be pissed off right now. And there's a lot of negativity surrounding us right now, but that's an excuse. We gotta be pissed off here. We gotta be mad and fully take advantage of this and what's at stake here. We're dwindling by the second here. We gotta start, winning games here. Yeah, we might have had 40 shots on net tonight, but we didn't win the hockey game. We didn't get 2 points, and that's unacceptable.
Welcome back to Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast. As always, presented by Pilot Games. Make sure you play their e-tabs, their products when you're out, because when you play, your community wins. Kinger, speaking of winning, that's something that, unfortunately, for the Wild, they haven't done in quite some time. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take a second here and try to keep things positive, because the Wild haven't, and as much as it went from not looking like Wild hockey to starting to look a little bit more like Wild hockey. They still haven't won games. And the unfortunate part is that, now all of a sudden pressure's absolutely piled up. But it could be worse. If it wasn't for Sweden, where it was 2 games in 12 days, it could be 10, 11 in a row right now. So on the bright side, it's only been 7 in a row.
Oh, that's okay. I don't even know.
Think about that though. It was 2 games.
So you're assuming any game we would have played, we would have lost?
I don't know. The streak is alive.
Oh, it's been bad, man. I'm not doing good.
You're not doing well.
No.
Let's go for a wellness check. Well, let's set up the podcast. We do have a pre-recorded interview with friend of the show, Jake Middleton,
And Jake is wonderful. I just love Jake. So at least you get to listen to that, And it's a good interview.
It was a good interview. If you have ADD, you're going to love it, because we bounce around quite a bit.
It's hard to interview Jake because he's just so gregarious and goofy, and other words that start with G, and you just kind of you just meander. That's what I do.
I like too that he's comfortable enough to rib us a little bit and call us out on stuff. So
yeah, he'll just look
every once in a while, he takes over the interview.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a good time. I'd like to. What did he kind of threw an invite out there? Oh, he was like, "You want to go to Billy's?"
You
Sushi?
panicked.
And I was like,
you panicked.
I was clinging to his leg like a Labrador.
All you needed to say was yes, but you couldn't get it out. You wanted to not be fanboy.
Maybe that
wanted to
could
play it cool and be like, nah, I'm good. But deep inside, I could see that you wanted to be like, yes, can we go now, please?
That could be the slump buster if I go to Billy's with him.
But let's do a wellness check on you. We might have to stop into Billy's Sushi and wellness check on some of the other guys as well. But
I'm doing terrible. Yeah, it's not going good. I've made the mistake of betting on all the games. And the young kids will say, you can always win in blackjack. All you got to do is have 2 hands in a row that win, and you keep doubling down whatever amount you lost. And so it's a foolproof system. As long as you have enough money, you can always win in blackjack. So I haven't been doubling my bet, but I've been I got even aggressive yesterday. I took the plus 1.5. Not only are the Wild going to win, they're going to win by at least 2 goals, make more money, get the odds bigger. And yeah, so I feel like I'm a part of it, because I've been just draining my gambling accounts, filling them back up, betting every game to win, betting Kirill to get 3 points all the time. And he's got 2. It's gone up to plus 900 on Kirill to get 3 points. That's raised. Just missed it a couple times. But yeah, it's been my group text guys are watching the NBA. Like guys that don't
They're
know,
off the train.
They don't know anything. They're not off the train. They're still watching the Wild games and getting upset. But there's like guys that just have no business watching the NBA.
Then why are they watching the NBA? Just because?
Just want some
just need to
sort
change
of
it up?
aloe on the burn. I don't know. Like I think the way people are getting into it is I'm a older gentleman than you, so you get a lot of like. There's a guy like Michael Jordan on the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, and so from our generation, guys are like, huh? He's like Michael Jordan. Those are strong words. And so yeah, there's been a little bit of like drifting in my world. I did watch one NBA game myself. I don't understand it. I don't know what's happening. I don't think I'm going to do that again. But we're not well. I would join a cult right now if somebody was like, hey, wear these Nikes. We're going to go to this place and like everything's going to be fine in 3 weeks. Like I'm very vulnerable. Yeah, I'm like a kid on a college campus picking up a flyer right now. That's bad.
I got to go back. Which one of your friends thinks that Anthony Edwards is like Michael Jordan?
It's going around. He kind of looks like him.
Maybe in appearance. Is that what you mean?
No, he does look like him, but there's also like been articles written about this. And that's sort of like a gateway because like
where are these
hockey fans only?
Where are these written? National Enquirer?
Just hold out here. Hockey fans got into golf because of Tiger Woods, got into basketball because of Michael Jordan. So there's these iconic players that sort of had us dabbling.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky, Southern California.
Yeah, exactly. For other people that are non-traditional hockey people. But so, yeah, that's been a little bit of a gateway drug, this sort of weird Ant Jordan thing. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm embarrassed that I watched the NBA game. I am. I actually had a great line from a buddy. He goes, can you imagine if the Timberwolves are the ones that get Minnesota out of, get us into Minnesota? Like if the Timberwolves win a championship, they said that would be so horrible. That's when you know you're a hockey fan, when somebody's like, yeah, that's not the right one. That's not how we get fixed. After the Vikings and the Wild and the Twins for a while, it can't be those guys.
So we're in Detroit yesterday, and the way I cope with it.
Well, how are you doing? I mean, you do the game. I heard you. I listen. I think you're holding it together, but I mean, how are you doing? I'm a fan, right? It's been hard.
I found out that when I'm down or when things are down, I comfort myself with treats.
Food?
Yes.
So you're getting heavy.
So like after the game in Detroit,
you're eating your feelings.
Yeah, basically.
See, that's something
I
can relate to that.
I went downstairs because I have to go. I went to like Dean's availability, listen to what Dean has to say, wait around. And I was pacing back and forth looking for some type of treat. I just needed some type of treat to comfort myself.
God, we finally have something in common.
I was like, look at what can I get on the bus?
But what's a treat for you? It's probably not even something bad.
It could have been. No, I needed something like sweet.
Okay.
So, like I don't know if I wasn't gonna find a pastry down there, but I need like some candy, something.
So you're getting heavier. Okay, I like that. I like
that's
that.
how I was like. It was odd because I was just like looking for something to just be positive, and I was like, you know what, a nice treat is positive right now. That's what I need.
So this season ends. You're like 350. I'm destitute. I'm living in a tent city. off of 35E. No, I don't know, man. I got a list of slump busters that we could go through. I've been trying to do the glass. Well, let me tell you my low point. Okay, this is the worst it ever was. I think it's good that it's called Black Friday because this was the darkest for me. So I'm legit excited about the day after Thanksgiving. I got a TV tray set up in the house in White Bear Lake, and I got Edina football in the state championship game out of nowhere. If they can win that, I played. Like my legacy changes. All of a sudden, I'm playing from a good program. I got the Wild, making a bounce back. I got Gopher hockey. The Timberwolves also played that night, I might add. And so Edina loses at the half-yard line. They go for 2 with 12 seconds left. Guy reaches the ball forward, touches his elbow. It was like the old Super Bowl when the guy got stopped on the 1-yard line. No joke. They go for 2. They don't get it. They lose. So Edina loses. Wild lose. Gopher hockey loses in in a shootout. I think I tried to find the Timberwolves game on the dial. They lost too. It was a bloodbath. It was Black Friday. I mean, I was just sitting there with my TV tray. I probably ate ice cream. I don't know, Cheetos. I don't even know what happened. I mean,
I want you to set the scene a little more now. Like, are you on the couch? Do you have a recliner?
I have a chair.
You have a chair.
A chair, and if I'm not eating, I have a footrest and a blanket. But if I'm eating, I have a TV tray because the wife doesn't like that I make messes. And I've actually made a mess with the TV tray. Don't know how.
How does the TV tray work? Is it one of the ones that slides over like the arm of the couch or the
wish
chair?
that would be cool. Like you're talking like a classroom TV tray. No, I don't have that. This is like a '60s gold legs, like not really gold, but and the problem is you can only pull it so far into the chair, so there's got to be some leaning forward. But
She just wants you to activate those abs.
I want to win so bad.
You're watching Hawaii football at 2 a.m. just trying to chase a win.
I bet on the Chargers last night to come back in that game, and I'm just like I'm reckless. I hate losing. I think it's bad for the state. I think it's bad for our children. I want to win, and I know this team wants to win too. I guess if I were looking on the bright side, these guys they feel the same way I do. They feel worse. They feel horrible.
There's a lot of negativity surrounding us right now, but that's an excuse. Like we gotta be pissed off here. We gotta be mad and like fully take advantage of this and what's at stake here. Like we're dwindling by the second here. We got to start, winning games here. Yeah, we might have had 40 shots on that tonight, but we didn't win the hockey game. We didn't get 2 points, and that's unacceptable.
And it's hard to say, are they playing better? Are they playing more like the Wild but still losing? And that's why I think it's really about a slump buster. I think we got to do something radical.
You can tell that they care because now the problem is that they care too much.
Yeah, and they're holding on too tight.
They're not executing. Like they're trying too hard. They're playing safe. I think what ends up happening when you go into these stretches is it's not overcoaching, but you oversimplify. So now guys aren't playing free. They're not reading plays. They're thinking, what can I not do versus what can I do? And it's okay. I can't jump here. I can't do this. I can't make this play. What happens if it jumps over a stick? I'm not going to do that. And then the next thing you know is you have 38 shots and 3 scoring chances. It's all of a sudden guys have completely changed the way that they play. And you could almost watch ISOCam each guy, and they're making plays like that. Where it's, well, how'd you make that play? Or that's like too simple. You have time, and they're just
Rossi in front of the net.
That one was unbelievable.
Oh my goodness! But you remember when Hartsey was in the doghouse last year?
Yeah, the healthy
and
scratch.
and he was coming back and he kept getting penalties. Like he couldn't, and he would be in the box just like losing his mind. It's like the whole team's in the doghouse. So the entire team is playing like they're holding their breath. I mean, it's been rough. I'll give you an extended metaphor because I want to hear your take on this. So when I worked in advertising for a long time, the way advertising works is a strategist gives you a brief, like this is what the advertising needs to do. But then the creatives make the ads, and they're like the athletes. They're the ones that do the magical thing that makes it actually work. A bad agency, you can see the strategy in the creative. You can see what the person told you were supposed to do in the actual output because they haven't done enough of the magical things to not have you see it, but it still works. That's what this team looks like to me. I can see the strategy. I can see that diamond carved into the ice on the penalty kill. I can see them trying to do exactly what the coaching staff is telling them. And there's no magic. There's no freedom. There's no creativity. There's no Willy Wonka, right? There's none of the sugar that helps the medicine go down. It's just the medicine. It's just and it's hard to watch. I'd rather see them go out there and have a line brawl. I know Hartman's going to get suspended, but you know what? He was he did a scumbag play, and you know what? At least he was trying something. I don't know. I want to just see a bunch of just different things, trying stuff. Because when you just see them holding on too tight, I don't know. I don't think that's the way out. I really don't. You know, I think it's
the progression. It happens.
Well, how do you get out of it? I've never. You've probably been in a run like this, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember,
so what do you remember if you had to say, if you were coaching the Wild and you came in and you what would you do right now? How do you help them get out of this?
the thing that the pressure is everywhere. It's not just on the players. It's not on a single guy.
You're eating like me. You're going to start doing live reads for food companies.
It's everywhere. And let's go back to when I played, because it happened here. Mike Yeo. Remember when Mike Yeo snapped?
I wouldn't mind a practice fight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a meltdown like Yeo had. Remember when he lost his mind?
Yeah, I was out there. But that also didn't solve the problem.
Yeah, but
let's
try something.
Right. You have to try something. But I think the only thing that can happen now is they have to get to a point where they know, it's weird, but they no longer care. What can we do? Let's just go play.
Can't get any worse.
Yeah, let's just go play.
Yeah. Well,
we've made our bed. This stinks. We're going to have to sleep in it. We might as well make it comfy. Let's go have fun. Play hockey. Who cares what happens out there? And that's easier said than done. Now, what tactic does a coach have? Let's go through all of the things that have occurred from the start of this downslide to now. Management has made a trade. They tried it.
Yeah.
Coaches have shooken up the lines.
Yep.
They've changed systems. They've hit almost every lever that they have.
Guys coming up and down from Iowa.
Yep. Management chewed butt, went down to the locker room, chewed butt.
Specialty teams changed. Billy went off on them. Now you're seeing stuff in the media, which is a little interesting, where you're seeing this. I watched Dean's chat from after the game yesterday, and there's a little bit of this the coaches are still going to do the things we need to do, but also it's time for the players to do their part. You're seeing a little bit of a
divide.
Hey, we are coaching, but sometimes players need to be players.
Yeah, that's pressure. That's one thing that I think has changed, and I don't necessarily know that it's a bad thing. Now, this is also the same club that put up 100-plus points last year. Slow start last year, went on a heater. And then, they found a way to string games together multiple times, and they had a very successful regular season. It's almost the exact same group. You know what I mean? It's the same core, same lines. It's in that room. The problem is that they've just lost it right now. So they're capable of playing good hockey. It will come back. When that is,
got to come fast.
Well, it's got to come fast if they're going to save the year. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But one thing that is different, and I got to give Dean some credit, because if you tried it last year and the year before and it didn't work, you've got to change. You've got to try something different. But if 2 years ago, last year, everything out of the coaching staff's mouth was, it's we, not I. It doesn't matter who plays with who. They've got the Wild sweater on. We're all in this together.
We're all teammates. Was that his thing? Yeah.
It's like it didn't matter. It was a we from top to bottom all the time. And whatever happened behind the locker room doors, I think individual stuff happened. But as soon as they walked out of those doors, it was still we.
Yeah.
And the second thing that changed is I do believe that there was legitimate opportunity for guys to move up and down the lineup. And that now has kind of settled in. Where everybody fits. What everybody has. Go back to the year that Foligno had 20 or Hartman had 30. Guys had career years. Some of that was an energy because there was legitimate opportunity for them to grab. Marcus was able to earn a spot on the power play, and that's just one of the easier examples. But now everything's kind of set, and they're just doubling down, waiting for their guys to dig out of it. And some of that is because it's a problem. There's 20 guys on the roster. You can roll the dice. Go ahead. throw them out there any way you want, but it's the same 20 guys.
And the only thing we can switch is an $800,000 person once in a while.
And then, and now
basically
coaches
like
is
all we
changing.
got is oil changes on this car.
And coaches it's changed. It's still we, but at the same time, it's not. We're all digging ourselves out of this right now. It has to be a little harder at some point. I don't know how to say it, but in the playoffs and at the end of the year when they needed it, it failed last year, the year before. So coaching staff's trying something different, a new approach, a different way to motivate these guys. And
You're saying that he's poking people a little more
differently.
specifically.
He's poking people
Like,
differently.
hey, you might not be able to tell,
I've
but it
protected
seems
you
like
for a
I'm
bit. I've
talking
protected
about
you for a
Matt
bit.
Boldy right now.
Yeah. And behind those doors, you're poking me by not going out on the ice and playing. I'm going to get you back. This is what it's like.
Yeah, when he says, superstars need to be superstars. I mean, it's you kind of know. You can read between the lines. Right?
And the other thing that's crazy about this year is every single team, every single player, stars, superstars, doesn't matter. They are not immune to rough patches in poor hockey, lack of confidence. The thing that has the Wild down right now is just simply the number of guys that have run into that at the exact same time.
Yep.
And you can have different guys mask it, and coaches can. And this is probably another thing handcuffing the coaching staff is who are you going to put with who? It's not like certain guys are buzzing right now, and you got to find a way to get them more minutes. Who's buzzing right now? Everybody's feeling the pressure. Everybody's playing simple. It's hard. I don't know what they do, but you go through it. And Kaprizov and Zuccarello, they're producing points right now, but it's not like. I started to see a little bit of it.
Carill's starting to look like Kirill.
The last couple games, you start to see it. But where's the sixth sense? Where's the Sedin telepathy? Like we know where each other. Zuccarello had 2 great passes last game, like no look touch pass kind of thing to Kirill. One resulted in Eriksson X goal. Another one I think resulted in the chance to Rossi out in front of the net. It's coming a little bit, but it was absent for a while.
I don't even worry about those two guys.
But it was absent.
I really don't. I think you throw them to the side and you say, how do we get Boldy started? How do we, Freddie's in a funk. Like you said, everybody is, right? So how do you
go down the
mix
line
them together?
Have you seen Marcus Johansson be the Marcus Johansson of the 20 games last year? Have you seen Boldy be the Boldy of the last 20 games of last year? Ryan Hartman, I think, last game went out and tried to be Ryan Hartman. Looks like they might be without Ryan Hartman for a little bit.
Oh, he's the best. I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm not supposed to say that, but the beauty of Hartman is, man, I don't mind. I know you probably have to take this out, but there's something. I'm a sore loser too. I hate losing, and if somebody's a sore loser, I mean,
I don't think it matters what motivates you, whether you love winning or you hate losing. They're the same thing.
Well, I think a lot of those guys like Jeter and some of the greats, they said hating losing is actually a better motivator than loving winning. I've been trying. So here's my positive spin. Okay.
Before we get to the positives, let's get right down to the bottom. We know that I like to comfort eat. We just got through Thanksgiving.
Let's mix it up then. Why don't you do the read I would normally do since you're eating your feelings, and I'll try to do the wild construction one.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Let's try it. Okay, so I have a good friend that I co-host a podcast with. He lives in an area that has lots of storms. It's a lot like Dorothy's house. He's got some tainted water over there. That's the wrong read. But sometimes things fall on his house, hail damage, HVAC, and
Those are still 2 different things.
God damn it. I don't know. Okay, so wild construction. I think the guy comes and takes booties on. Does he wear booties in your house? Does that guy do that?
Yeah, you somehow have you've mixed both.
Hey, so coleslaw.
So good.
Coleslaw is a
and
great
this is
food.
now makes sense.
I'm slumping. I got no confidence. I'm going to go into Jimmy's. You can leave that if you want. So, coleslaw. That could be the slump buster we need. A little cool with the hot, a little crunch with the soft. Put it on a burger, put it on a hot dog, put it on a sandwich. Eat it when you're watching Monday Night Football tonight. I don't care. Jimmy's salad dressings and dips. Best-selling coleslaw in Minnesota. Family-run company, Minnesota company. Down in Stewartville. They call it Hooterville, Minnesota. I don't know why. Jimmy's, salad dressings and dips. Don't you be messing with my live read for dressing. Yeah, we can never switch.
Stay hot.
I'm right-handed. Are you left-handed?
Stay hot.
That was so bad. I was so confused with all the reads you do. I don't even know. I should have just taken the Wild Construction hammer and just banged it on the... Yeah, things are not good right now.
The transition for me is going to be in confidence right now. I know you got your read in. I should probably get mine in, but since you don't want to toss it back, I'll just take the puck off your tape.
Yeah, I think I just went head first into the boards.
But confidence is everything, right?
Okay.
And
when it comes to your home,
you can't always see it. It's not tangible,
Okay.
but confidence really matters. And what you need this time of year as winter rolls around is confidence in the shell of your house, so that when those locker room doors are closed, that you know that you can withstand everything. So if you have any doubts as the winter season rolls around, if your house is insulated properly, if you've ever had ice dams in the past, any of that stuff has you uneasy, nervous, lacking confidence, give our friends at Wild Construction MN a call, a look up on the interwebs. Check these guys out. They'll make it so that you have confidence within your home, the exterior shell, and everything you need there. So wildconstructionmn.com. Look them up.
good job.
I don't know. That was like a
Seemed kind of like, it seemed sort of like you mailed it in. So let's talk about, I really liked what you said when you said, and it's a weird thing to say, you said they got to get to the point where they don't care anymore. And I know what you mean by that. And I had another phrase for that, and I think they're the same things. The inmates need to be running the asylum, right? To be successful. I mean, I think you need to get to the point where the guys are like, hey, what the hell? Let's just try, I guess we're just going to go out there and get kicked in the teeth again. So let's see what happens. And then before you know it, you're listening to Gloria, like the St. Louis Blues a few years back, and you're on a heater, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of nice. The Blues are coming into town, but
for us right now, like that's the story that everybody's grasping to, the 2019 Blues.
Or the Dubnik arrived here at one point in a spacecraft, and I think we won about 40 games in a row. You were on that team.
Yeah.
But, here's what, tell me if any of these are good glass half full things, okay? We've only played 19 games. I know supposedly like once it's Thanksgiving, you're dead or whatever they say, but
No, so I saw a stat the other day.
20% of the teams that make the playoffs were out at Thanksgiving, I saw.
Yeah.
So you're saying we got a chance.
You got a 25% chance if you're on the outside at Thanksgiving of getting in.
I believe we're only 6 points out of a wild card. Is that right?
We can look that up right now. I've not been standings watching whatsoever.
I watch every day. So I think, you guys check that. I think we're 6 points out of a wild card, which is amazing. Now, my biggest thing is I want to use this phrase, the Wild West, okay? Because we've been taking a beating out east. You know what? Screw these coastal elites. The East Coast, it sucks. Get out of here. We're done getting our ass beat by the East. We played every Eastern team in the first 20 games. They're going away now, and we're going to make it the Wild West. We're going to beat up on the Arizonas, the Nashvilles, the St. Louis, all of it. Even David Perron is in the East. I think he's my least favorite player in the NHL. I legitimately hate David Perron. I hate him. He wears a tinted shield. So when you think, when you're you ask your daughter, hey, honey, who wears a tinted shield? And she's like, Alex Ovechkin and David Perron. No, it's David Perron. Oh, I hate that guy. Power play assassin. He's a wild killer. He's the new Patrick Sharp. He's like our arch nemesis. I hate David Perron.
Yeah, that dude always scores.
And he's somehow on some other team that's kicking us while we're down. He sucks. So I just think Wild West. Let's just win in the West. We haven't really played anybody in our division. We haven't played anybody in the West. I don't know. Beat Edmonton just beat the crap out of Anaheim. I think the West. We got to make hay. Let's make it the Wild West.
I think the last W might have been the Edmonton game.
Yeah, maybe the Rangers.
So the West.
I don't know which one it was, but we did beat up on.
You look at the schedule, though. I think it was going to be tough. Like Detroit was playing good. Boston has 2 regulation losses on the air.
Yeah,
they're like 14-2-3. Both those regulation losses were to Detroit.
And now Patty Kane's maybe going to Detroit. I saw that. That's terrible too. But you know what? We're done. Who cares about the East? Who cares about the East? Maybe the West.
Colorado.
Wild West.
Colorado's like best in the West.
Played good against them. I know no consolation victories, but I'm not scared of Colorado.
No.
Anybody with like an 80-pound defenseman named Kale can't be like that intimidating. Colorado, screw Colorado.
Yeah. Okay. Now these are the games where you need to make hay. So if the Wild are going to dig themselves,
St. Louis, Nashville, start there.
Yep.
Boom, boom.
Yep.
Go to Music City. Go see our old friend Bruno. Get after. I don't know how they're winning games. I have no idea who's even on that team anymore. Carrie Underwood maybe plays for them, and then and we got to beat St. Louis. Just beat these 2 Western teams. 4 points. No overtime shootout crap. Just win them. Absolutely win them. Pat Maroon. I love Pat Maroon said this is effing unacceptable when they interviewed him. And, I mean, if there's anybody that knows, I'd be more scared of Pat Maroon on a 7-game losing streak than my head coach. I wouldn't even park by him. I mean, this is a guy who hasn't gone through a lot of that lately. And he's sitting there going, so I moved from Tampa, and now I'm here in Minnesota. It's snowing. 7-game losing streak. Like, I mean, that guy can drag some people out of this.
You know what else? Like I don't want to keep going back to it, but they're handcuffed, and they do keep handcuffing themselves. Like, let's say Pat Maroon says that's enough.
7 in a row. That's fucking unacceptable. Like, it's not good enough.
You can go out on the ice, and that's the great thing about hockey.
Beat the crap out of somebody.
But the Wild can't right now because
let's just
because they can't kill a penalty.
Let's just do it.
They're like, well, we can't get caught behind the 8 ball. So you think about the guys on the roster that could pull.
You have to really beat the guy up, like really beat him up, like gladiator style. Even if you give up some on the penalty kill, people are like, you got to throw a helmet. Marcus needs to throw a helmet. Maroon. Hartman already was Hartman.
Do we need a Superman punch?
Hartsey had his guy. I don't know what we need. I agree with you though. I think it's time to just throw glasses and throw cans. It's time to go to the Wild West.
The Wild Wild West.
Remember in Young Guns when they're like, he's like, he's riding backwards on his horse. He's like, I saw the spirit horse. I think it's like we got to go to the Wild West. I'm serious. Like Yosemite Sam, like mud flaps, and finish your beer and throw the glass and break it against the wall. Let's go to the Wild West. Spurs, all of it.
Love it. All right, well, speaking of Wild Wild West, we've got a very Western mustache on the show, Jake Middleton. I say we throw it to the interview now. And
yeah, you're going to enjoy this one. Jake's wonderful. He is the head of Director of Hair and Hygiene for the Wild, so pretty good Duke Cannon interview, Jake Middleton. Hey, so I want to do a masked singer reveal of my mustache. I know you've seen it, but not up close. I believe there's a bias when people judge Carter and my mustache because he played in the league. There's like a fraternity, brotherhood, but I want you to give an honest assessment. So this is like the Masked Singer, only for mustaches. So, there I threw that in there.
I did not notice a soul patch out on the ice.
Yeah,
That's
it's a choice.
it's borderline midlife crisis-ish, but it's good. It looks good.
What do you think?
With it? Yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, now look over here. Boring.
Yeah, it's
Right?
fine. It's good.
Who would you want to ride on a cattle drive with?
I'd take you both. It'd be fine.
Well, we do need a vote. Bogosian has one vote in, and he seems to know what he's doing as well, Aquaman. But you're maybe the top dog in the hair stuff.
So now that we're going to even out this sales pitch, I find it terribly insecure that John would wear a mask on the white side. Can we go ahead and get another look at that mask?
Where is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's down there.
This is
he
a Middleton
basically
mask.
showed you the inside of his underwear because he was embarrassed of what's on the outside of the
I
underwear.
didn't know you were missing a tooth.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it to pop out. I got a flipper, but it hasn't come out. Ooh, that's
Yeah.
great.
If I start to whistle, I'll take them out.
I'm pretty excited about the flipper, but it's stuck. It's staying in there.
But John finally did a good job. He knocked it down. He's been insecure about having a mustache, and he's been trying to hide it with like a 5 o'clock shadow all the time.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been all in on it. So I give him credit today for going all in. He still has the soul patch underneath.
I prefer to call it a flavor saver.
Flavor saver.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we get your vote, how's your Movember page going?
I don't know. I haven't. I got
It's a lot better than ours. I know.
Is
that.
it?
Yeah.
You know what we've raised?
much.
Combined. We might get them on combined dollars.
Yeah,
What am I at? I had a really good year last year, but I don't know how much traction.
I think
there
you're
is
at
this
about
year.
$300.
Yeah, I think last year
really
I was like
good.
11 grand or something.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, we got to make it.
Plug it on the podcast.
The dude's got
Yeah.
got 9 points, for God's sake. He should make 20 grand on Movember this year.
Donate, yeah. But he needs this. We need this. What are you? So he's at $300. Let me see if I can do this math quick. He's $300 higher than John and I.
Yeah, we've raised no money.
No money.
Not a single.
I'll match
$1.
whatever you guys make then.
In that case, I'm going to match everything that's been donated to date.
At this point, I don't think anyone. It's actually more impressive not to raise any money at all.
That's what I mean. Like
I hope we're only
It's
how many
almost
more
best
days?
to go an entire month.
Not
Looking-
$1.
Not a dollar.
Not a single listener. No one's interested.
Midsy's page says $40.
Oh, so we got a shot. I mean, he's
Come
got
on.
one of the best,
Really?
best mustaches in the whole world, and he's got $40.
Scratch that. We're at $530.
What? How was that?
I was,
How'd you get that
someone
wrong?
took money away from the last time I looked at it. If I was only at 40.
Steep fall from
Hey,
11 grand.
He got mad at me for this, though, by the way.
Yeah, look at this. That's mean. That's bullying. That's not cool today. No one bullies anymore.
That's his response.
Dad
bully.
of
I was like,
daughters.
that's not a bully. That's what you look like.
Dad of daughters bullying.
He's
So
John.
Make your vote, and
he's
we'll.
John Raramy.
Let's get the vote. So look here. Look here. You can touch it if you want.
I don't want to do that.
Whatever.
I'm going to go with cards just for that comment.
That is just bullshit. That is such bullshit.
I'm up
by the
2-0,
way.
and there's 1 week left. Oh, that.
Well, I played in the NHL.
that
We're all
basically seals
friends.
it.
You know,
The
we
o-
played in a scramble together. You scramble together, you walk together forever. It's the same as being in the league. You should have voted for me. I'm down 2-0. I'm screwed. We've raised no money. And I'm down
Now the
0-2.
only way is that like if you're gonna have to donate your own money to beat
Is that another vote? All right, we'll get into it. Do you need a picture or are you good? We're
yeah.
good. All right, we're
Got
in.
some?
This is fun. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for
John,
having
you
me.
want to do the old Duke Cannon bit?
Oh, God. Well, if there's anybody that is the best Duke Cannon guy in the world, best mustache in the world, I want to do a weird bio for you. We got a second all-rookie team in the OHL, former AHL All-Star, top 5 scorer currently on the Minnesota Wild with 9 points, trending for quite a season. Best mustache in North America, Jake Middleton, Midsy. Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me
I
again.
missed you. I love your bunnies.
Yeah, let's talk about this outfit because I'm jealous of all of it. I love a crew neck sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the hoodies are too much for me. You get a good crew neck, it kind of screams. You scream police officer a little bit right now.
Just with the all blue.
The all blue, but it's a crew neck sweatshirt.
Right.
You've got a nice duster going. What do we have for the jeans here? It's like dark
Oh, that's like
Levi 505s or something like
he
that.
does a little fold on the bottom. I wouldn't have expected that.
They're a little long.
Okay.
I don't
That's
know.
a little fold at the bottom. That's a little greaser, isn't it? Like we're talking socias and
Yeah.
greasers.
Cigarettes in your arm and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, we know what side he'd be on.
So the
What
crew
side
neck
would I
is-
be on, John?
You're a greaser all the way. That's a compliment. Ponyboy Curtis, stay gold. Midsy, stay gold. What did you think of? Did you pick up that fashion in Sweden? Do they fold at all down there?
No, they wear a lot of white sneakers, though. I wore white sneakers on the trip.
Yeah, what was the deal with the sneakers? So everybody in
Yeah, I think
on the
so.
team, or was it hockey caps? I don't even really know, but everybody had
Every player had those white Air Force Ones on.
Yeah.
So those were the only ones I brought, so they're not very white anymore. I wore them everywhere. But
Were they a giveaway? Was everyone wearing them?
I thought
I just
for
show
sure,
up, dude. I don't know.
I thought for
they were
sure
in
it
my
was-
stall, I wore them.
Zuki, because Zuki wears those, and I don't know how Zuki's done it, but he has a pair of Air Force Ones that are white that are actually whiter than white. I didn't know the color.
He wears them with his
existed.
suits too.
Yeah, he wears them all the time.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of thought it was Zuki getting them for everybody to get, I don't know,
Maybe.
deflect the heat.
Do you think
Maybe.
he uses a magic eraser and keeps them really clean?
Yeah. I don't know. They're whiter than
Zuki
white.
just
I didn't even know this
plastic
color existed.
baggies, maybe.
Yeah.
So did Zuki give everybody the shoes? Like it was a gift?
I don't think so. They were in a bag for our global
That's cool.
series. Yeah, we all just got
Maybe
them.
the
We were
league-
supposed to wear them on the plane.
Oh, like a league deal. That's sweet. What did you think of?
He wishes he played in the league.
Oh God,
He plays in A League.
play on Tuesday nights.
A League, but not A as in the top league. A as in a singular league.
I get a lot of
What level
scoring-
league would that be?
I get a lot of scoring chances.
Yeah. You look so menacing with that
don't-
mustache.
I don't-
Nobody goes near you.
I don't convert, but I get a lot of opportunities.
John might be the kind of guy that when your team is up 9-1 and they don't have a goal on the year, that everybody tries to pass it to John. so
Right,
that he
yeah.
can score.
Yeah.
That
Well, I
Those
do-
feel
I-
good moments for him.
I had a moment last night that I'm not proud of. So, guy rifled a shot and it hit the goalie where he didn't have the padding was twisted, and so he was injured, but the puck was just sitting right on the line while he was down, hurt, and people were talking to him. And I skated by and just pushed it in. I just had the instinct of like, well, I could get a goal. No one noticed; it didn't count. But
The goal didn't count?
no,
You
because
did-
he
you
was
went through
hurt.
all that and it didn't
He
count?
was hurt like pretty bad. But I felt, what do they say? Character is what you do when no one's watching, and that I really saw inside
That stinks
myself.
because there's live barn.
I mean, I would take it. Yeah, I should get that off the line more. Just see the tap in as he's down. So Mitzi, how are you doing? What's new in your life? How's your season going? How's Bunnies?
Bunnies is good. I actually haven't been back to Bunnies since our last time. I'm lying. I was there a couple times since the last podcast. But my wife actually picked this up for me the other day. But everything else is good. How about you guys?
Good. Yeah, great. Can't complain. Putting the outdoor rink up. You grew up on the outdoor rink or?
When we lived in Alberta, we had an outdoor rink. When I was in Southern Ontario, I moved there. It would get cold enough like for 3 weeks of the year to have an outdoor rink. We had a river running through our town that we usually went to. But to get the backyard ones going were tough. But the river would freeze over for 3 weeks to a month, and we could all head down there and play.
That sounds gutsy. One thing I don't think I would ever skate on is a river.
No, it's like the Avon River in our town. They like the dam. They get rid of it for the winter, and then it's just very shallow.
And it's not like flowing.
No,
Okay.
no, it's ice.
Confident.
It's hard. It's hard to skate on it when it's.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You wanna
I would
rethink
never
your
skate on a
vote?
river because there's obviously current, right?
I didn't mean
you
to hurt your
never know how
feelings at
thick
the start of
ice
the
is.
podcast.
I just
Sensitive
I really
noise.
thought with the Masked Singer deal, and I don't know, I put a lot into it. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Hey, we had a couple notes on you that we never got to talk to you about yet. So we've talked to a lot of your D buddies on the. And they say you got a lot of like gear issues going on. You know, a lot of
we
like
talked about this
lot of-
last year. No,
a lot of self-talk. You did admit it last
skates are-
year.
like you got
But
trouble
we've
with
heard
the
there's
skates?
just
What else
like,
is there?
This is no good. I got
Just the skates, right?
just
don't
the
know what-
skates.
So
Tony
what's
actually,
happening?
Tony DaCosta yelled at me the other day because I had 3 games in a row, maybe. Where as soon as I stepped on the ice for warm-ups, I had to get my steel changed.
You're like no good.
He's like, "Is this an effing ritual now?" I'm like, "I can't turn left."
Oh, you're not Zoolander, or maybe you are Zoolander.
So it's just
An ambi-turner.
what doesn't feel good? What would be like a skate issue you might have?
I don't know. It just doesn't feel right, you know?
The one thing I'll say.
I bet he loves that. It just doesn't feel right.
What are stick
No,
guys?
if I'm asking for new steel, it's because something's messed up. I'm an average enough skater that I can feel if an edge is off or something.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes you catch a puck off them, though, it'll bend your steel, and then it'll never like feel right again after that. But you know the stick guys, I'll say this too. I think I was the same way with my stick a little bit. If something didn't feel right or the puck wasn't coming off of it right to start the day, you're just like, but it's easier to blame the stick than it is yourself. So you're just like, this stick is just terrible. I need a different stick. You know what I mean? And then it keeps you in like a positive.
I'm the
mindset.
polar opposite of that. That's why the gear thing, I'm confused. It's skates only. 'cause,
Skates
like,
only.
Okay,
I think I've used like 3 sticks since training camp. I never go through new ones. If it high flips, it high flips and that kind of thing. Like I don't
goes
stress
top
over
keys.
anything. Yeah, top cheese. That's my
Over the
career
glove?
goal.
From way downtown.
I kind of like that you got a little nuance with the skates, because you're so laid back and such a fun guy.
No.
Like, you're a little particular about that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's talk about them though, because you have like the custom molded skates though, right?
Yep.
So it's always a steel issue. It's not like a boot issue.
Oh no, it's a boot issue.
Yeah, because
too.
you're retying all the
Tying
time.
them a lot.
But you could probably retie those skates and they don't get any tighter.
When I get a brand new pair of skates, I go 2 games. So what would that be? About 4 days, where I don't have to touch them. Like once I tie them, they're perfect. Then after that, I don't know what it is, if they get broken down more or something. But I'm like 4 times a period on the bench at least.
Retying.
Retying, yeah.
That's,
Probably even twice. That's 4 in the period. I tie them once before I go out, obviously, and then once we do the couple laps in O Canada and National Anthem, I'll tie them again, just make sure they're good. Then after the first shift is when I'll start doing the 4 to 5 reties a period. But like
Let me
I
see
said,
your pinkies. Let me.
that's only.
You tie that many times, you start to get
Well,
some serious
I don't
chaos
crank
on
them
the outside.
that tight. I just got to make them match. You
Oh,
know?
okay. It has to be
Yeah.
even.
Even, yeah.
So if you're playing a Canadian team and you got the double anthem,
worst.
Does that mean
Yeah,
an
way too much
extra-
time to
is
feel
that
them
an-
out.
Is that an extra tie?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's an extra session
Yeah.
of retying.
Before
That's
and
definitely
after
not.
the anthem.
That's not mental. I don't think.
So when you're standing there for 2 anthems, are you a rocker? Because you know how some guys will rock back and forth.
Rocking. I'm even
that will
UFC
loosen
now.
your
I'll get restless
skates.
legs.
I like the
sitting
moving
here.
the feet is cool. Like the guys. That,
Forward and back.
yeah, they're ready. They're like a horse in the stable that's ready to break.
Let's go through style if you're starting a game. Like you're on the ice to start. You've
Yeah.
got the anthem going. How do you hold the bucket? Like is it normal way? So, and then under the arm, kind
I
of?
hold it by the loop.
The
in
ear flap?
The ear flap on the top hand of my stick.
And then let it dangle.
Yeah, just dangle.
And then that's with your stick in the same hand?
Yeah, like it's my stick's in my right hand, top hand, and then the loops.
Ear
are
loops
like
on the middle finger.
and it's just hanging there.
Skates are going back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, just testing them out, seeing how many times I got to tie them.
And then what's that left hand doing?
Chilling.
Just chilling.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
I like.
I don't know. I don't even know now that you ask what my left hand's doing.
Don't put other
I'm
stuff.
gonna think about it.
Don't put other stuff in his head. He's gonna be during the anthem just having a thumb war with himself or something.
Let's talk. Let's dive into Finland for a little bit.
What about Finland?
Well, Sweden. Jeez.
Jeez, he still hasn't
still
slept.
recovering.
He hasn't slept. Did you
I
have
slept
problems
4
sleeping?
hours.
Do I look
oh
like
my
Kopitar
God,
with
did I
dark
have
eyes?
trouble sleeping.
Oh, you're gonna
Really?
have a partner
Yeah, yeah.
here.
I was brutal.
Me too. I could sleep every night from 11 till 1, and then I would stare at the ceiling till 6 in the morning.
I was 12 to 3 generally. 11 to like the best night. Well, I shouldn't say that. The first night I landed, I took Hart's had like those sleep supplements for us.
yeah, like a
So I took
melatonin.
them right away. I shouldn't say that. I took it at like 10 and I slept till 6. I was like, perfect. I'll be set for the trip now. Next night, I don't think I went to sleep at all. Like maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then every night after that was like 4 hours max maybe. And then breakfast wasn't till like 7 a.m. every morning. So I was just starving in my room from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. every morning. I'd eat the Swedish candy, have a Coke Zero that was in the mini bar. I didn't know. I thought Coke Zero meant like nothing. Apparently, there's still caffeine in it. Is there? That's what my wife said. I was like, I
Yeah,
was thinking-
there is.
yeah. So I
Zero
thought,
calorie.
so I thought Coke Zero was like nothing in it. It just tastes like Coke, and then there's still caffeine, and I was crushing them at 4:30 in the morning.
I don't know what it is, honey. I can't sleep. There's like 6 Coke Zero cans behind you.
Dude, I spent more time in my bed awake than I did sleeping. Guarantee it.
Oh yeah, we were all just talking about that. 90% of the time I was awake in bed, and the other, I might get like a 2-hour nap every once in a while, but
Would you? My issue was I'd start like mentally snapping. Like I'd be getting so mad. So then I'd download some audiobook, then I'd be listening to the audiobook, then I couldn't fall asleep, and I'd be like close, and then I'd come back to it. Like I'd get energy again.
I watched the Planet of the Apes, both of them before breakfast one day.
Before breakfast.
Before breakfast, yeah.
That's a lot. Did you ever do it? Sometimes when I can't sleep, I just relax and go, you know what? I'm still resting. It's all good. And I think that kind of works. You take the edge off of like the panic of trying to fall asleep. Just be like, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm just laying here. It's the same thing. And I'll try it.
Did you feel great the whole time though? Like, do you felt fine even with the minimal sleep?
No.
No, I felt like okay. Like, really, I was surprised because I thought normally, like, you know, when you're like, you might get jittery if you have a coffee on only 3 hours or whatever. I felt pretty normal the whole time. But even last night, are you back here yet?
No, so I went to bed real early last night and woke up real early today, but at least I got like an 8-hour stretch.
Right. Like, I think I messed up because I slept 7 hours on the flight home. And then what did we land at? 1:30 or 2 or so?
Yeah.
And then 9:30, I was in bed and I slept 10 hours again. So last night, I was staring at the ceiling till like 4 a.m. Just
Coke Zero.
I was praying for one.
Yeah, but you must have been feeling good because did you in the first game Ottawa fight?
Yep.
Who was that?
McEwen.
Yeah, McEwen.
Yeah.
And nice job there. That is a big one. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then the next night, goal, top glove.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time, was it? Top cheese?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Almost
nice.
bar down. It was close.
That was impressive. So good weekend. How do you feel about it?
I would have liked to get 4 points, but
Well, 4 points for the team.
4 points for the. Yes, sorry. That could have sounded real arrogant.
I was going to say that's a lofty goal.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. You got
But
9.
no, yeah, it was obviously fun. We played a lot better as a team too, so that was like, because we were in the dumps for a bit there, right? Just not playing well. So it was the fact that I know we still lost both in overtime, but we played a lot better. So there was a much better feeling post game than recent ones.
Yeah, it looked structured. It looked like wild hockey. I mean, it was good. Hey, what's this Faber? What's it like to play with him? You know, coming into the league. Obviously, you know him well. I think you ran around a little bit this summer. But what's Fabes like as a new addition to the D-Corps?
He's a stud. He's fun to watch. He's so explosive skate. I mean, you guys see it. He just is so explosive, and he's way more offensive than I think anyone gave him credit for in college.
Yeah, he didn't really do that in college. It's crazy.
He told us the other day he's never ran a power play in his life before, and I was like, I even ran one time in San Jose. But no, he's an exceptional player. He's going to be around for a long time. It's pretty cool to watch him.
And how about Bogosian? This guy hunts hogs with night vision and side-by-sides, looks like Aquaman. What's that like? I mean, when you're tying your laces 14 times and you turn over and he's sitting there, what have you got to know him at all?
I got to know him a little bit, yeah. My favorite thing about Bogo is he's always good for a laugh.
Okay.
So if you send out something that might not be the funniest, he's gonna make it stick. He'll give you a nice big belly laugh, and
that's
yeah, no,
great.
it's great. He's
a generous laugh.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Good pickup guy.
Yes.
We should just have him in here when we're doing the pod, just kind of in the corner laughing like Ed McMahon.
How does that make you feel though? That he's that guy, but he didn't prop up your mustache at all.
I'm telling you, that whole thing is just you guys being. We're all in the brotherhood, and you got the free shoes, the Air Force One. You got another unboxing you got to do over there from Treasure Island. I don't get any of this stuff. I'm a tough carry.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this new watch.
I was gonna ask, what is that?
That's nice, right?
I mean, yeah,
I bought it in the silent auction at the golf tournament.
nice.
I mean, it's represent.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's huge.
For those of you that can't see it, it's the equivalent to ankle weights that you would put on your wrist. He must be trying to tone his biceps.
Child's pool floaty.
Remember when Dion was popular for a couple weeks?
It's like Flava Flav. I don't know if it has to do with his Flavor Saver, but remember Flava Flav and his clocks? He basically pulled one off Flava Flav's neck and put it on his wrist.
That's true. Hey, I got some really technical stuff to ask you.
John's good at changing the subject.
We won't keep you long. I haven't eaten at Billy's Sushi.
I was there last night.
I want to go and I want to do it right. So can you just give me
You wanna come with?
I would love to go to Billy's Sushi with you. But if I wasn't with you, how do you do it? Do you just have him drive and you just see what happens? Or
Yeah.
what's the program?
Yeah, menu surrender. We
Menu
like to call it.
surrender?
Yeah, just bring us whatever.
Is that what you do?
Well, now I know what I want, but when you
what are
first
some
go
good
in,
ones? Give me a couple good ones.
Wagyu hand roll,
Okay.
the lefty,
Lefty. Okay.
George Clooney roll,
There's a George Clooney roll.
George Clooney roll.
Is
Yeah,
it handsome?
that's pretty nice.
Okay.
What else we got? Any of the nigiri, really?
Don't know how to spell that, but I got the idea. Nigiri. Yeah.
What's a fatty bluefin tuna called? Do you know? It's got a.
He knows more about honey and apples and outdoor rinks.
Toro.
Those are, yeah.
Okay, and
Toro.
do you cocktail like before?
1-0.
Get in there, have a.
You can, yeah.
How would you play it? Get in, have a drink. Is Billy always there?
He's not always there. He's usually there like, I don't know, Wednesday to Saturday type thing.
I want to
Thursday
meet that
to
guy.
Saturday.
I just saw him
He's a
on
blast, yeah.
on Instagram. They had some little video with him walking around, and he seemed like so happy. And
Yeah, he's a blast. I haven't seen him in a while. He was back home with his family in Mongolia. That's where he's from. And so I haven't seen him since the summer before he left. He was gone for about 6-7 weeks, but I can't wait to hear some of the stories he's got.
yeah, he seems like a beauty.
We should get a roll named after you. Like, what would be on the Middleton roll?
Oh, gosh. That's a tough ask. You're putting me on the spot here.
Are you a lefty or a
So
righty?
what's your
I don't
favorite?
know. Which way do you
Lefty.
shoot? Lefty? I don't do details. He's
What-
an
what-
analyst.
You'd
that
only be able to have like the
So the lefty roll could be your roll. That's what I was saying.
it's
Maybe,
the lefty
yeah.
it's the lefty roll. Only like the back half of it would be able to be wrapped with like raw fish, like your tape job. Like only
The rest is just rice, yeah. Yeah, or just a seaweed wrap on the front. Yeah, I got
And he
you.
has to rewrap it like 10 times. He just keeps rewrapping it. That'd be great.
super tall. It'd be the tallest roll on the menu.
Yep.
Because you have a thick blade.
Thick blade.
Yep.
Thick blade, yeah.
Tall blade.
Hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I think the Spurgeons, I'm going to go play babysitter for them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean? They're going out and then you're going to watch
No,
them?
he's gonna play mini hockey
I'm gonna,
with the
yeah,
kids.
I'll play
Okay.
mini hockey or something. They got the sport court downstairs. I'll bring my gym
Nice.
shorts and running shoes and play all afternoon.
That's a nice day.
And
Yeah, you got to get some
steal-
knee pads.
My wife's working tomorrow too, so I'm not bringing anything. Like I'm not good at making appetizers, or unless they want like potato chips or something. I'll go to Trader Joe's and bring that, but I can't be making a dish.
No, that's good. You just got to
No,
do
you're
the-
a shooter
who
now.
else
No
is-
dishes. He's
Who
a
else is in the
shooter.
knee
Top
hockey game?
cheese.
Who are the other, like, get down with the kids?
Kirill will probably be in there.
Okay.
Duhaime I could see in there. Like Spurgeon's son Jace is like the Energizer Bunny. He don't
Okay.
stop. So you'll go from mini hockey to basketball to like shuffleboard. It'll be nonstop.
Okay. So there's a lot of games.
Yeah,
And
Now we know you're a sweater. Like, will you be leaking by the time you leave
I'm
there?
sweating right now. Yeah, no. Yes, absolutely,
You'll be leaking.
absolutely.
Chasing them around.
Yeah.
Refreshments.
hey, do guys play knee hockey similar to how they play regular hockey?
Is knee hockey? Is that what you guys call it in the States?
Floor hockey.
Mini sticks.
Mini sticks.
Mini
That's what we
sticks,
call
yeah.
it in Canada. Yeah.
They would call it knee hockey, I think.
Knee hockey.
Yeah, but do guys play the same way?
And
Like, is Kirill, like, moving around and, and then
Yeah.
Duhaime's going hard to the net? Like, do people...
Well, what are the
yeah.
rules? I always whenever I would
Duhaime's
play
trying
knee
to
hockey,
square
it's
up
like
with a 10-year-old.
you have like half your ice sheet or half of the playing surface.
Yeah, you kind of got to
You
go
don't
back
ever
away.
cross it. Like you never cross halfway. So like you're either playing goal 1-on-1. It's not like a 4-on-4 game. It's like 1-on-1, right?
I don't even
I mean, we
remember.
played 4-on-4 occasionally.
Really?
Parents weren't worried about the drywall or anything. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's high-end knee hockey.
We'd always just play in the the hallways of the out of town tournaments until you got booted. Then you
Yeah.
switch floors.
Yeah.
Then you start to figure out like what teams, what floors the other teams are on. You play in their hallway till you get kicked out. Then they'd get in trouble.
break the elevator, break the ice machine, and then you head out.
See ya.
Yeah.
You got anything else for Jake, or should we let him begin his holiday?
Part of me really wants to just change the tune so it ends on a high note. That was
That'd be sweet.
that was intense for a couple minutes
That's
there.
probably why I'm sweating again.
I probably got something. Let's
So-
see what you got.
But I do want to ask you: did you go into so sauna guy? Let's give me your
Yeah.
sauna routine since we just got back from Sweden too, which the sauna there was awesome. But
I didn't do it today. I was coming up here with you guys, and I'm going to lunch with my wife at Gai Noi. I don't know if you've been there yet.
No.
Little Asian cuisine
Good
downtown.
spot.
Really good spot. Probably the best pad thai I've ever had. And they got this other noodle that is, I can't remember the name.
Are you a foodie?
Like, I love eating it. I'm not like,
But you go to good places.
I like to eat good food, but I'm not like, I think everything's good.
you're not
Well,
making it.
That's probably his
I'll make
wife.
it sometimes. Nah, I'm lying. I got the smoker. I got a smoker. I love doing the meats
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. I made a bolognese the other day that I thought was delicious. The other day is in like 3 weeks ago.
Ah, That's probably the last time
he
you had a
does
chance
the
to
I made
cook at home,
tacos. I
though.
made tacos when I got back with my wife. That was fun.
Yeah. All right. So hold on, sauna
What
routine.
did you ask me?
Sauna
Yeah, my
routine.
bad. Tangents.
Because I'm intrigued now. You have tea in the sauna?
No, we have. Yeah, that's why I asked you for the honey. It's
Yeah.
not tea. It's sparkling water, ice, lemon, and honey.
So it's a cold drink.
Cold drink. Yeah.
okay.
Really nice. You should
Nice.
try it. The sparkling water is just it's the best in there. Yeah, but yeah, sauna. I usually try to go for like 15 minutes, depending on how hot it is. I get like laying there, I'll be dying in the last couple minutes of it. Then I'll go jump in the cold tub. Did you use a spa at the Grand?
Yeah.
Cold tub wasn't cold enough.
It wasn't cold. It
No.
didn't it wasn't pins and needles cold.
No.
No, but it was
It was
good.
like
good
it
old
felt like
guy
it was like
cold.
60 degrees in
Yeah,
there.
that's
That's
good.
not,
That's good for me.
it's like a lake, no?
Yeah, this time of year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your sauna routine?
Well, I just go in with a bottle of water and try to drink it as fast as I can because the bottle starts to get really hot. Then you can't hold it any longer. So then
Why don't you set it down?
Well, I do set it down, but then I go to pick it up and it like burns my hand. And I'm like, I don't want to drink that anymore. And then I don't want to waste it. So then I drink hot water in the sauna. It's just terrible. I got to come up with a better routine.
You don't like
It's
saunaing.
I do like sauna.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kirill loves saunaing.
Really?
Yeah.
With a hat on?
No, he because the hat's supposed to help you not get like all messed up in there. It's supposed to like keep
Keep you
some
cool?
of it in you.
So,
Yeah.
like, insulates you?
Yeah, a little bit. So like I can go longer if I wear the hat. Kirill is always just like, you just gotta chill, relax, enjoy, and he'll sit in there for like 25 minutes. Just,
So back to one of the last times I was overseas. We stayed at a Radisson Blue in Germany, and there's a spa in the basement there. And I went into the sauna, and there was a Russian couple in the sauna too. And they were in there before me, and I like set this personal goal that I wasn't going to leave before the Russians left the sauna. Mm-hmm. And they sweated me. I nearly died. I started on the top deck. I went to the middle deck. Then I was like on the bottom. I was basically like laying on the floor, like trying to save my pride before eventually I just had to leave with my tail between my legs. Like it was intense. I nearly died that day. I think I herniated a disc in my back in the next game because I was a raisin when I left that place.
This is how we finally get Kirill on the podcast. We tell him we'll do it in a sauna.
in a sauna.
And we'll only make it like 5-6 minutes, and we'll tap out, and then he's good for another 20.
Good.
I like that he chills though. That's not how I picture Kirill being like, it's good, just chill out.
Yeah,
I haven't
super
seen
Russian.
that
He's
side.
just like, just relax, enjoy it.
Enjoy. I like when you say enjoy. That's Euro. Like just enjoy.
Well, we got to let you get to lunch.
Enjoy
with
lunch.
The missus,
Yeah, thank you.
So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the time, my man. Good trip and good luck.
If you change your mind, we have till the end of November. So
For what?
the mustache.
On who you thinks is the best. And PSA here. Let's go out.
Let's at least get some money for Mids.
Yeah,
You don't have to give
let's
any money
donate.
to Karts and I, but let's get him back up. He's having a great season. He's got the best mustache in the league. He gave us a lot of good food advice today. Fatty Bluefin, Lefty, George Clooney roll.
Toro.
Yeah,
Toro.
Toro.
Or Cho Toro's like the step down. That one's nice too.
So I mean, he's working for you.
Oh,
The least you could do is work.
they got a fish cheek or something.
Fish cheek. I'll get it.
I don't know the name in
Walleye cheek.
Japanese. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
No,
I doubt it's
it's a
walleye.
white fish.
Fish cheek.
Yeah,
Noted.
just ask for that.
Well, you have a lovely lunch with your wife and a great Thanksgiving. We're glad you were back in the clubhouse with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, dude.
Peace.
All right, well, that's Jake Middleton, man. We always love having him on. Good vibes, good dude. Mustache check-in. What is the date today, actually, John? Because it's November 27th. I think that I've got $5 in my account now. Have you donated to yours?
I tried to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. Did you donate to your own?
ARP. No, I haven't donated to my own yet. But part of me still wants it to just be at zero the whole time. But if you are motivated at all to support men's health, John needs a W in the worst way. So if he could somehow find a way to get a crooked number on his account,
Yeah, sounds like $7 will win it if somebody wants to do that.
a month worth of mustache embarrassment.
I'll
Have
put
you
it-
had it where you're like chatting with somebody and you're like feeling good, and then you forget that you have a mustache, and you go back and then you replay the conversation in your mind, and you're like, oh my gosh, they were staring at my mustache the whole time.
So here's the deal. I actually think that it's totally rigged. Both Bogosian and Middleton picked you. My mustache is better than your mustache. It's absolutely a joke that that you got both
I don't
those?
know. You kind of look like no.
Yes.
I think part
You
of
look
what
like
isn't
a-
right is that you
you
kind of
look
look like
like-
Fievel Goes West. You,
you
kinda
look like
a
a-
little bit of a mouse right
You
now.
look like a
those
British guy. You look like a British guy. That's what you look like.
Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah, you look exactly. You look like Kevin Kline or whatever his
People
name
like
is.
that look,
playing
dude.
Yeah, you look like Monty Python. I look like a cowboy, and we're going to the Wild West. So, hey, I want to finish. We got to win some games because this is not healthy for me. Potential slump busters.
Well, before we get to Slump Busters, let's take one more break and hear a word from our sponsors.
If you're looking for some fresh, delicious milk, you're going to want to check out Cub. 48 hours from farm to shelf. You're not going to find that anywhere else. You're going to pay less. So head on into your favorite neighborhood grocery store, Cub, and get yourself some delicious milk. Lean into it and end up with a Jake Middleton-sized milk mustache. Thank you for being here, Cub.
Kinger, get your home heating and cooling systems checked out, or if you're looking for just worry-free water, they've got that there too. But it all starts with a free water analysis. For that, call our friends at AquariusHomeservices.com, or I should say check them out at AquariusHomeservices.com. They're earning the right to be recommended.
These are the things I thought about to help the Wild get out of it. You ready? Okay. We shave our mustaches before the end of November. We just say, screw it. So you're doing the broadcast against St. Louis. Your mustache is gone. It's still November. Think about it. Dean cuts his hair short again.
Yeah,
He's had long hair all season, and
it's not working.
Lines, we stick Rossi with Boldy, try to help him. Put Brock on the power play. Practice fight. We bring up Wallstead and just try to have him give up no goals at all. Maybe we throw Eck with somebody. Beckman and somebody named Lucchini at Iowa has 7 goals. Beckman has 5. Bring up guys who score goals. Eat a full bucket of chicken. And then let's play hockey. I don't know, somebody amazing doing that. Any of those stick out to you?
Let's start with eat a full bucket of chicken.
Well, I know that.
Where did that one come from?
Because I think in like Major League, I think they sacrifice a chicken,
Okay.
and I don't want to sacrifice a kid. Although maybe the kid.
You want to sacrifice your mustache.
I'm fine to shave it off if that
see,
helps.
you know
But I
what?
think
You see
you
the
need to
guys-
shave it off because you're on TV.
The guys that are voting on this, Middleton and Bogosian, I think that they know that you're kind of like half in.
No, that's all fraternity NHL.
I don't
crap.
think so at all.
NHLPA,
You can't fake it.
names on the cup. Yeah, whatever.
What else? Brock Faber.
Faber PP1. These are all like
His Faber,
total
your godson.
Minnesota.
It's so funny. Like every
It's-
episode.
I'm like
there's one
I
Faber
try to represent Minnesota, and I would say people think Eck, Rossi, and Faber are playing a little better. They're got maybe a tiny bit more confidence in their tank, and so we're just trying to move them around and have it rub off on people. Probably a bad idea.
How about, by the way, Erickson Eck losing his tooth? Did you see that?
Awesome, picking them up. What do you do when that happens? So when you get them chipped like that, like I didn't see yesterday, but yesterday did he have chipped teeth still, or does he automatically?
Tooth is gone.
Okay. He's a bad.
It depends how much of the tooth is gone. So I was playing in Calgary. Have I told this story to you?
I don't think so.
I was playing in Calgary.
I don't know what it meant.
Well, against
My notes
Calgary.
don't matter.
And Owen Nolan,
Ooh,
a little
Irishman.
scrum in front of our bench.
What a cool name.
His
Owen
stick comes
Nolan.
up and hits me in the front, my 2 front teeth, knock them out. And it hurts when I breathe. So
He got nerve endings.
yeah, so what they do is they get like this little blue wax, and then they just put the blue wax on your teeth and say, okay, that'll get you through the game because the cold air hurts that
So it
nerve.
deadens it.
Yeah. So it just is like, it insulates it. And then game over, the dentist there in Canada comes downstairs. He's like, ooh, yeah, pretty sharp. Does that hurt your tongue? That's probably going to cut your tongue. We're going to have to do something about that. He's like, I know, but I didn't bring any of my tools, any of my stuff
He's
to
like
tonight's game.
He's breaking erasers in half.
He
and
just
sticking
came
them
to the
on
game as like a fan and then was like, oh, yeah, I didn't actually think that I'd have to do any work here tonight. So he didn't have anything. So he goes to the equipment trunk and he grabs a fingernail file.
there. And files down your
He
tooth.
files my teeth with the fingernail file.
So it can get worse.
So it's not sharp. Yeah, I was playing with Jersey at the time. And then we had to finish the trip through Jersey, so I had to wear blue wax on my tooth for 4 days till we could get back to Jersey. And I could
Do you think if that's Jack Hughes that they filed down his teeth? Do you think you got the bottom six?
There's a weird thing though, where it's you feel like it's yours. It's like your possession. You feel like you need that tooth back.
Yeah, you saw how quick he picked them up.
That's the thing is you pick it up, but there's nothing you can do with that tooth.
But it's these are mine.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I got to go put this with my wallet and my cell phone on the bench like it's beer league.
It's gonna be in the top drawer of your dresser for some reason. 10 years down the road, and you're why did I keep this broken tooth? I don't know, but it's just it's part of you, you know.
What's that? That's a World Junior medal, and those are my teeth. Yeah, man.
But so he looks
he's been playing great. I mean, Eck. Rossi.
Steady Eddies have been steady Eddie.
Yeah,
Eck for sure.
Fabe's gets kind of the one of us Minnesota bias, but I don't know. I do trust 97 and 36 that I almost just they'll figure it out. It's fine. But yeah, we just need a few more guys to get the mojo going, get a little confidence. I don't know. I like your, it's always darkest before the dawn. Maybe we got to just play with a blindfold on for a game or something. Let's get weird.
Yes, somehow not care.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that. It sounds
but that's also
weird. But
I also say that's why, and I've talked about this on the podcast before. But guys that know their role are so valuable in times like this. Hey, I understand the risk here. If I'm a fourth line guy or I do this, I'm just gonna go.
You know what's so true about that? Because I am that in beer league, because I suck all the time. So those guys can just come in and be like, "Hey, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me all the time." So what I do is just bring a good attitude and let's see what happens.
And what that role is, I don't really know, but it seems like something crazy or special needs to happen to change the momentum, the vibe, the feeling, something. And when you have a guy that is a veteran dude that's been around, that understands, that can go out and do something like that, and maybe Hartman was that. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe
how about how
there's a
many
chance
people were coming around looking for him. And the video didn't really come out till afterwards.
I didn't see it during the game, and I was getting roasted on the Twitter.
Well, because they didn't. It was when you saw that many guys specifically, putting a letter in his mailbox, I was like, oh no, what happened? And then now it's just all over.
That one, to illustrate, that one might hurt too.
How long will he get?
Pocketbook. I don't know games, and I didn't see if it was in person or if it was just a hearing. So if it's just a phone call, it's less than 5 games, I believe.
But if you have to go, then it's bad.
Yes, then it's more. And he's a repeat offender. So
a repeat offender on a slew foot or just suspension?
Suspension, player safety. So the way it works is every player, their salary is divided by an average of 190. You get paid on a daily basis.
Game checks, they're saying, yeah.
Yeah. So if you get suspended 3 games and that's 7 days, you get deducted on your first time 7 days pay.
I saw that. It was whatever he gets docked, it's $21,000 times that or something. It's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah, what they do the next time is divide your salary by 82, and then you miss that number of games. So if it's 3 games, whatever his salary is divided by 182, maybe that's somewhere around $20,000. So if it's 3 games, it's a $60,000.
That's a tough conversation with the new bride when you get home. That's not good. It's a scary play. And
extension kicks in next year. Imagine that one. That'd be almost $50,000 a game or something. I don't know the math on it.
And I'm not trying to make light of it. I've been slew-footed before. It's really horrible, and it all happens pretty fast. But I don't know. I'm just grabbing at straws. I'm just trying to find that old phrase I used to tell my daughter when she was, trying to figure out hockey. I just say, don't try harder, try different. Because sometimes when you try harder, it just makes it worse, Don't try harder, try different. And I think that is what the coaching staff has tried to do, to your point from earlier. But I don't know. Get the East. Let's just get a little a fault line and just break off that part of the country. It can float over to Iceland, Greenland, and let's just kick some ass in the West. That's all we can do.
All right, you grab yourself a bucket of chicken. Scissors. Give yourself.
No, you're the one
haircut.
you're going to be the
Give
fatty
yourself
now.
a
You're the
haircut.
fatty now. All right, you keep eating. I'll keep doing live reads for Aquarius Construction.
Thanks for listening.
We're here.
Till it's here.